Hi everybody, my name is Liz. This is the Crafty Queens page. Come on in, say hi, let us know where you're watching from. I'm gonna pull up comments before we get started and then we're gonna do a painting today. Let's see. We're gonna do like a wild flower. I said wildfire. We're gonna do like a wildflower painting is what I'm gonna call it. And that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Group. I'll put us in the group. Look at me remembering. Denise would be so proud. And we is posted. All right. All right. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. Hello, Miss Patty girl. How are you? Good morning, Luscious Locks. Good morning, Miss April. Thank you for dealing the Queens, girl. All right, y'all. So the other day somewhere I posted a painting that I did a year or two ago, and my girlfriend reached out and she wanted to buy it, and I was like, it's gone. She gone. So, but I had a lot of fun making it. I should show it to y'all real quick, because if you were here you might remember, but if not, but because we used like Q-tips and we used a fork and we just had a lot of fun making it, right? So this is the one she's talking about, and she loved the wildflowers in the cabin and all that, right? I can't even find where in the heck I posted it at this point. So I don't know which freaking platform or what in the heck and doodle. I couldn't find it this morning. So I just screenshotted her photo and emailed it to myself. But she wanted that. So I'm going to try to do something similar to that. Obviously it won't be exact, but it will be fun because we get to use a fork. We get to use some Q-tips, some sponges, some paint. How could you go wrong, right? Good morning, Miss Jenny. Miss Tracy's here. Good morning. Miss Bonnie. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for sprinkling. Who I got? Who did I miss? Hello, Jennifer and Leanne. So basically, my kids, I think this one would have been Alana, but I'm not positive. My kids have some canvases that they are ready to donate to mommy. I buy them. They paint them. When they're sick of looking at them, they give them back. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. We did that either in 2023 or 2024, I remember, or I don't remember which, but we're going to do something close to that. There's a couple things I would have done differently, like the path isn't in the right perspective and different things like that. So we're going to make it hopefully better, but as close to that as we can, you know what I mean? Good morning, Miss Lori. Thanks for saying hi to me this morning on it wasn't Pat's. Who was I just watching 5 minutes ago? Miss Brenda's page. So I've got one of these. There was two of these the same size. I've already put a layer of white on it because it looked like this. So, so that way we have kind of like a fresh start. Good morning, Miss Bonnie. How are you? And I'll set this one to the side, but that's why I put the white on it, is because I'm like, I want to use the fork and scrape and I want white to show underneath. So I needed to. So that's what we're going to do. I've already dried this, and then what? Coffee while I think. Hold on one second here. All right, so I think what we're gonna do, I got some paints out, but that wasn't the right move. I'm trying to think if I need to water the canvas or not. I don't think I do, because I'm gonna be scraping in a minute, and I think I'll have enough. I think we're good. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start with my greens. Let me first take a pencil and just kind of bring up that image. Hello, Miss Stacy. How are you, girl? And let's do like maybe 3-ish inches down. Okay, and that's where, you know, yep, that's where our grass will stop and our sky will begin. Okay, and I'm gonna try to do this lightly. I don't need no marks. This isn't a big ruler, but that's okay. And one of these sides is not even. Here we go. Something like that. I'm trying to make it super light, but just so that we have an idea where our greens are gonna stop and our blues are gonna pick up. So let me get back over hither to the comment section. Good, Miss Jenny. Me too, girl. I'm having my first cup. I've been I've been so slacking. So I'm going to take some different greens. I just grabbed whatever I have. I'm using acrylic. I did a chalk paint layer. I feel fine about it. So I'm going to take some different greens, and we are going to start from the darkest. And I'm just going to put some dots, and they'll be heavier at the bottom with this color and lighter as we go up. Okay, that's it. And then I can move these now. And then we're going to do the same thing, except starting a little bit higher with this color. Hang on, OCD. Got it. Good morning, Miss Patty girl. How are you? Hello, Miss Glenna. How are you? I love that name. That's a pretty name. Hello, Miss Pat. Good morning, girl. I loved your snowflake. Good morning, Miss Marcia. You know I hold back the Marcia every single time, right? I do that for you because I know in your lifetime you've heard it a bajillion times and you need to be hearing it from me. But we're going to put this on. Okay. Looks fabulous. And then we're going to put this one on. Oh, I need more of this color. Miss Alana gets in her little neon phases. Okay. I think that'll be goodish. All right, we're going to do, not this one, the Arbor Green. I'm going to do just a tiny drops down here. So we got a little something, and then we're going to not mix it. Well, we are going to mix it, but we're going to paint it. Once I find the brush I was just looking at. It might have been this one. Hello, you're welcome, Miss Pat. Hello, Anita, how are you? All right, I'm going to try to do this with no water. If we need water, I will. But I feel like the white will, I feel like it'll look better if I don't. I don't know. Let's try it. I'm going to need water. Hold on. I guarantee it. We'll try it without, I think I might need it. And then I'm getting to that line there. Okay. And ground isn't perfect, so we're not judging it. And I'm gonna put another dot. This one I'm gonna do the darkest one, which is my English Ivy. I'm gonna just do a couple more squirts of that. And with this one, I'll just kind of stay down here. Okay, I think I got it. Let me turn this. Try to get off any puddles that I see. Okay, we did good without water. Look at us go. And then see the sides here? I am gonna. Because if I don't, I'll keep looking at it. Okay. There's a puddle. There we go. I think I got it. Now, if you guys saw at the beginning the painting that I showed, it was the wildflower painting, and what else? And the way that we got the wildflower, like little stems, was by using a fork, okay? So, I'm going to do the same thing. And I don't remember, I should have watched the video, but I ain't got time for that. We're going to guess. So, we're going to just kind of scrape. We're going to do it this way. And you could do this any way you want. My goal is just not to make it look perfect and, you know what I mean, like straight up and down and that. So I'm just kind of crisscrossing. And as you do that, you'll start to get some of that white underneath showing. I don't know why I chose the heaviest fork on earth, but we should probably be using this one to eat on. And I should probably pick one up at Dollar Tree that don't weigh nothing. I am going to throw a couple straight ones in here and there just to mess the pattern up. There's a frame under here, so toward the edges, that's what I'm getting. Move it up. Did my comments freeze? Or is everybody still sleeping? Are y'all awake? Hello? Because I know I was half asleep today till about 7:30. Okay. So, just gonna, anywhere that it looks a little neat, we're just gonna mess her up. Okay. Alright, I think I got it pretty good. Wipe that off before I forget. And now we're left with something that looks kind of like this. Let me refresh, and I really would hate it if people were asking questions or something and I'm missing it, because I just don't know. I'm good, I'm caught up. Okay, so now I'm gonna dry this. That's what I'm gonna do. And then we'll put on our sky and our flowers, and then we'll put on our cabin and our path. Hello, Miss Mel. How are you, girl? Okay. Okay, just like that, y'all. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Hold on. We don't need no green up in our sky. There we go. Let's try those two little spots. It may not even have been shown with the blue, but you never know. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing. So now we've got our little grassy area, right? And we'll put in our wildflowers in a minute. Flowers in a minute. And then we're gonna do some blues, okay? So where is my navy blue? Hold on. I forgot the navy part. This might be close. Hold on. I feel like I have a better one. That's more purpley. I'm gonna use this one. Ooh, I like to shake these up. And then try to get it out first, because I feel like when it's dried up like that, there we go. Yeah, there was some gunk. Okay, there. All right, so now for this, what should I do? I think I'm gonna do the darker at the top. Well, I'm not dotting at all anymore, but that's good. And then we'll do lighter as we go down. So then I have this one. It's a little lighter. Ooh. Alana used to like clean these. I should have her do that as a chore. Good morning, Miss Pat. How are you? I should have her do that again. That was so nice when she did that. That girl likes to like organize or do tasks like that. And I think they're super tedious, but she loves them. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of lightness up there. Let's cross this off your list. Let's not. Remind me tomorrow. My computer wants to update. Okay. And then I'm gonna put a couple dots of this. It might be around the same colorish. This is too much paint, I can already tell you. Yeah, that's around the same color. So I'll just do a couple dots of this because I think I already got enough paint. I think I do. Okay. And we're gonna do it the same way with maybe this. I think this will work good. Okay, so I'll do it the same way. Hold on. Okay. I gotta have something to smear all down here, you know? Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna hold this up. I'm gonna get the edges here. I might have to go through this again just to kind of blend that out. So I'm gonna take a new brush, I think. Hold on. Or can I use the same one? We'll see. I'll take a new brush. Or a new brush. I'm gonna clean this off. Okay. Good enough for me. I have one little spot there that it was a puddle. And then I got a couple right here that just need color. Okay. I might need to water this. Or do this. Or do this. My whole hand's blue. My entire hand. I don't want to get that everywhere down here. Okay. All right, so for this area, this is what we're gonna do. And that's good for me. Okay. I could add water and smooth it some more, but we're gonna be putting other things on here and I think it'll be fine. So there's our sky. I'll go ahead and dry that. Hi, honey, how are you? Are you freezing yet? Hello, Teresa. How are you, girl? We're going to dry that part. Then I don't know if I can let this go, y'all. I might need to. Not yet, not nearly as cold as yesterday. Good. Good, good, good. Are you at least working inside of a house today? Guys, he was at work until like 8:30, 9 o'clock last night. He got home, I think, around 9. I have a little bit of white right here showing. And then I have a dark blue random spot there. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do that. Good morning, Miss Shelly. I'm giving him the look, y'all. He's working outside in this crap. At least it's warmer than yesterday, I guess. All right, so I think our sky is done. And right where they meet, I'm gonna make it myself a little square here, like a little edge. And just clean up, I don't know how the best way. Just clean up some of that blue that got on my green. Okay, all right, so there we go. There, we got it. And then, hello, Junk to Joyful, how are you? Isn't that Lisa? Good morning, girl. Okay, we are turning ourselves into Smurfs today, apparently. And trying to get this painting done. Aren't you glad? Look, this shirt's already ruined. So that's why I put that on. All right, so next we need to do the path, okay? The path of least resistance. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do some white and some brown, and then I'll probably mix a little bit as well and have a tan color to put our path in. These are like, I got these longer glue things and they are like right in my face. There we go. You'll go there. And so we've got just some white and brown, and then like I said, I'm gonna mix a little bit together as well. And that'll give us our path colors. Make like a little tan color. Okay, so we just got tan, white, and brown. And I don't know if that's enough, but you know. Hello, Miss Brenda girl, you're doing good. Let me pull up the reference here. I kind of did it right smack dab in the middle. Now, what I did last time was I left the path, okay? I had the flowers look bigger at the front, and then the cabin and the trees back here look really tiny, okay? And the flowers back here look really tiny, but then I left the path the same exact size. So we're not gonna do that this time. We're gonna make it a little more wiggly than last time, and we are gonna make it widen as it goes. Sorry, I'm trying to do this to where y'all can see too. Where did I just put my lines? Something like that, okay? Looks great. And then I'm gonna take maybe something like this. And I had a white one that I really like, but it might be over there getting ready to get washed up. Okay, so I'll take this and I'll just do like a little bit of this green and brown. How am I doing on time? Oh my gosh. And I'm just following my pencil line. Okay. And now I can come back over here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in with this first. And I need to get more brown chalk paint. I need to remember that next time I'm in town, because that would have been good coverage for right here. Okay, You know, I'm just mixing some brown and that English ivy green that's kind of darker to kind of put in our little thing here. And that way we know where our little wildflowers are gonna go. Let me just get this on here, and then I'm gonna dry it, and then if we need to add another layer to cover some stuff up, I could have also put the path in before I did the green grass, but I didn't think about it. So this is what we have so far. I'll go ahead and give that a good dry. Hello, Miss Donna, how are you? Okay. Yay, Jamie, I'm so glad, girl. I'm so glad. We are doing a painting, obviously. We're about to put in some wildflowers. I'm gonna do one layer of this, especially down the center there, and then we should be good. Okay. I'm just mixing that green and brown still. Okay. Should be goodish. Goodish enough for me. And then we're gonna put in like some papers or whatever, like a, make it look more like a worn down walked trail. I didn't see who was after me today. Good morning, Miss Denise. How are you? Okay. So I'm going to just use the same brush because this is a trail. So if I've got some green in with my tan, you know what I mean? It could really work out for us. I'm actually going to use the rest of my white and brown to make me some tan because I think that'll be more than enough. Okay. We're just going to kind of make it look, this looks like a witch hat. Okay, sorry I got all focusy on you. Then we are going to take some of that green, some of that tan, I'm just using the side of my brush this time. Okay. Okay. All right, so we've got some good colors in there. I am gonna put some brown in there. First, I'm gonna get some water on a brush. I'm gonna use this. Hello, Miss Sandra girl, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna just get some water on a brush here. Could have taken the lid off, but here we are. Get some water on a brush. Let's start on this side. Go on this side. Put some water throughout here, and then I'm going to take a little bit of brown that I'm out of. And throw a little bit of that in there with my water brush, just so that it's not so much. Okay. So just trying to give this path like a worn down look. Only thing I'm not loving is right here. Kind of a dark edge still. There we go. Just trying to soften that all up. All right, I think that's pretty good on the path. All right, looks great to me. So you're doing good. So now we've got us a little path, right? Ooh, I got 14 minutes. Whoa. Okay, now we are going to put some purples. Here they are. I just covered them up. Gonna put some purples and yellows in on our plate, in our plate. And I just grabbed the ones I have, you guys. Honestly, my kids go through paint like crazy. So I just used what they had. Because I don't use like all these colors enough to stress too much about it. Okay, got a few purples, and then we're gonna use some yellow. Thank you, Leanne, I appreciate that. We might add some white if we need to break some stuff up, but we might have enough. Oh my, hello. Apparently that one does not have a top on it, and I put it upside down on my table. We'll wait till after the live to clean that up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take some Q-tips. Let's get a few of these out. And we're gonna start down here with the Q-tip end, right? And we're gonna fully press that on. Not so hard that it's like showing the green underneath if you don't have to, but so that it looks bigger than the ones that we'll put up there. And I'm just slightly twisting it as I throw it on there. And then let's use this other end and get this other color on here too. And if you press too hard, just get you a little more and dab it on there. Okay. And then we're gonna grab a new one and we're gonna take this. Good morning, Miss Andrea, how are you? Thank you, Leanne. If I didn't say thank you, I saw your message, girl. Then we're gonna take the lightest purple and do the same. And these ones down here, like I said, we're just making them look as big as possible. Okay. Then we're taking this end and we're gonna do the dark yellow. The yellow will not hide the green as easy as the purple did, so those ones you might have to do a couple little dots here. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. And these are so simple and easy to do. You don't have to be a great painter, clearly, to do these. Okay. Everything we did today was super simple, just dots and swiping and forks and Q-tips, right? And then we're going to take the lightest yellow I don't think I have any more chalk paint. I think I'd recommend chalk paint for the flowers, especially if you're using light colors. But I'll put a couple in here. I'm not going to do a ton of these. They don't look as nice, but maybe some tiny ones wouldn't look okay. Hello, Colleen. How are you, girl? Oops, that was the darker one. Guess we're putting that there. We just gotta work a little harder. Put some petals on these, whatever you guys think. Okay, so there's our colors for the big ones. Now let's get some, what are these called? Not Q-tips. And we are going to, we have some wrapped in a rubber band. This project looks like fun. It is fun. Okay, and we are going to just dot. And we're gonna put some down here and there. Kind of like a stamp. Let's see. Okay, and then as they get to the top, there'll be more of these little itty bitties and less of the big ones. We're gonna be using a few different colors, so you don't have to cover the whole thing with each color, but that gives you an idea. I'll hold it up so you can see. Do I have the right? Yes, that's the right side. Okay, so just kind of starting to give us some flower looking stuff. Okay. You just get more paint as you need. With the stretch canvas, it's nice too because when you do have to use water, you don't soak through to the cardboard on a flat canvas. And also, these are stretched, and so they have a little bit of give. Yeah, I think I definitely will be putting some, well, we'll see. I'm thinking I'll probably put some white in here. Okay, so let's see. A couple small ones down here. I think that's pretty good for this color. And we'll do that on the other side with some yellow. I'm not going to use that light one again because it just didn't work out too well. You could dry all this in between as well, but I'm going to try not to mix it too much. Thank you, Lori. Good morning, Miss Lisa. How are you, girl? Okay, show you this side here. I am trying to keep them off the path. But if you want flowers in your path, you put them there. Okay, so see. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. And you could do as many or as little toothpicks as you want. And some of these I'm putting over top of dots, and some of them I placed in the middle of a bunch of dots. So that way it just looks layered. It looks like some flowers are in front of others. Yep. Yep, yep. I do believe we shall be adding some white. I think that'll make it look even nicer. And if you do get some flowers on your path by accident, it's a flower and it's a path, so you're good. It's fine. And thank you, Miss Carol. I have 4 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Snap-a-doodles. We still need to add a cabin to this. We're gonna add it. Let me look. I am trying to make it similar to the one that we made in the past because my girlfriend liked that one. But okay, so we just need a couple trees. She does love pine trees, so I'll just keep with that theme and do pine trees, and then our cabin. That needs to be close to our path on whatever side. Shoot for. I don't know why I always think I can do this stuff in record time, but I do. Okay. So I might have to do like a part 2. I may just have to do a part 2 and finish her up, because I don't really want to rush it. If it was for me, it's one thing, but you know. Okay, so there we go, guys. Love landscape, since I am so Abby normal. I was on that live the other day when you said, I think it was you that said that then, wasn't it? 3D gives it a, yeah, I was trying to kind of make it look like, you know, we're like standing on the ground. So, or maybe we're standing in the field, right? And so it looks like these ones are closer than the ones way back there by the cabin. Looking great so far. Yes, the part 2. Yeah, so we need a cabin, we need some pine trees, and then we need to finish up our flowers. And I'll probably do a couple more of the bigger ones and kind of trickle them out, like maybe thinner here and then almost none here, but 1 or 2. And then I do think I'll probably put in some white, you know. So I'll show you again, since we only have 2 minutes, kind of what we're working towards. Basically, I did a post on some platform, and my girlfriend screenshotted it and asked me if I could, if she could buy it. I can talk. And it was a year or 2 ago, so it's already sold. So we are going towards something like this. The path, I really didn't have a good, the path I did was the same width at the top as it was the bottom, but everything else I tried to put in perspective. So I tried to do better on the path this time, and I think I did. So that's kind of what we're working toward. We got some pine trees in the cabin to do, and then we shall be good. Okay, let's see. The question isn't exactly part of it, but is it difficult to stencil on that type of canvas? No, yes, probably a little bit. I would say it might be, but maybe I'm wrong. It is stretched kind of tightly, so you might be okay. You might just have to get the feel for it moving on you, kind of like with painting. Thank you, Miss Lisa. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's go check out, thank you, Jenny, who's next on Craft Around the Clock. And I will see y'all again as soon as I can, and that's what we'll do. I'll just set this aside and we'll do a part 2, okay? And we'll get our cabin and our trees in. Thanks again, and we'll see you again as soon as we can. Bye, guys. Have a good one.